You could not have asked for better weather for week 2 of the high school football season. Hello, everybody. I'm Dom Tiberi. Welcome to First and 10.
And I'm Adam King. Week 1 certainly delivered, but I think week 2 might have outdone it by a mile. A lot of big games all over Central Ohio, and we're starting, of course, with our game of the week, Dom.
Yeah, no question about this. Certainly a rivalry game. We're talking about the Jaguars of Hilliard-Bradley hosting those Panthers of Hilliard-Darby. Bradley off to a 1-0 start. Darby coming into the game 0-1 on the season, but gunning to get the win. We will head to Bradley High School, and it's always a big deal when these two teams meet. Chalk in the air. First quarter, defense setting the tone. Darby's Colin Geller in the right places. He makes the diving interception. Panthers in business. They capitalize on the turnover. Cohen Cornegay in for the touchdown. It's 7-0. But Bradley comes back. Check out the hard running of Braylon Gordon. 9 yards for the touchdown. We're tied at 7. But Darby goes on to win 21-7. Congratulations to Darby coach Brad Birchfield, his 200th career victory.
Now we're going to head out to Canal Winchester. Two teams that dominated in week 1, Hilliard-Davidson and Canal. And this is an early candidate for the game of the night here. We start off Davidson up 14-0. One of the best picks you'll see all season. Brody Harmon, I don't know how he comes down with that ball, but he does, and he gets it back for Canal. But Davidson, they're dominating in this game, really. This touchdown right here puts them up 21-0. First, you got to see the stiff arm. Send the guy into the dirt there. Get him on the doorstep. Here comes the touchdown to put him up 21-0. But Canal, they come all the way back and tie this game. And then one of the wildest finishes you'll see. Davidson, they pick the ball off at the 1-yard line. So now they got to get out of the shadow of their own end zone, all tied up 21-21. But instead, it is Canal getting a safety, and it's a game-winning safety. They come all the way back to win 23-21. You don't see that very often.
All right now it is time to check in with the third member of our team. I call her the Nene.
You certainly do. I call her Nicole Sheeran, and she joins us from Under the Lights.
2 under the lights, and it's only fitting that we kick things off with a crosstown showdown. It's a battle of the Vills. Westerville Central hosting the Wildcats of Westerville South. A rivalry so big they even cross out the S in Beat South shirts, and we pick this one up coming out of the half. South with the lead, 14-0. Khalil Armstrong breaks free with a big gain here, and he did the work, so Andrews finished it. Evan Andrews with the 4-yard score, now 21-0 Westerville South. And what better way to cap off a shutout against your biggest rival? Nathan Miller trying for that late game spark under center, but it's Wesley Mensah, an absolute menace in the end zone. The dagger for Westerville South, taking this one in enemy territory, 24-0.
I mean, that is what football is all about, especially, in these local rivalries. I mean, that's what adds to it. On top of getting their first win this year, and hopefully we can just keep this momentum going.
25 minutes down the road, Bishop Reedy and Licking Heights both looking for their first win of the season. The Silver Knights get things moving on offense. It's Whitfield breaking through traffic, moves the sticks for a big first down. But you know what they say, defense wins championships. Tyquan Crawford says, I don't think so. Licking Heights with a clutch interception to stop the Silver Knights. But little did I know, it was Pick City in C-Bus tonight. Brendan Long with a big-time fumble recovery for Bishop Reedy. But those Silver Knights, a second-half team. 30 unanswered to take home the win and the shutout. Well, another 2 big-time matchups to keep the high school football season rolling. And guys, it is officially football weather because my hands are freezing. I'm not going to complain. It's pretty cold out here, but you know what that means? It's fall and it's football. So that's going to do it for me here from Westerville Central. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Hands are freezing. It's like 60 degrees outside. All right, no complaining there. Hey, we're on to another rivalry game, and there's just something that makes it crazy when two rivals meet. Westland and Grove City living up to that tonight. The Greyhounds hosting Westland, and if you like touchdowns, buckle up. We're starting in the third quarter. Everybody's ready for this one, packing in there tonight, including Carson Welsh. He takes it himself, calls his own number, then flexes on that camera. Grove City down 26-24. And then Defenses, you don't get to catch your breath tonight. Tico Crittenden sets up this field goal attempt for Westland, trying to put some distance between them and Grove City. It's no good, though, so we stay 26-24 until the play of the night. Somebody tell Imani Smith's English teacher he's all good on his reading. Read that pass perfectly, and Mr. Smith is headed for 6. What a play. But then Grove City, they come all the way back again in a shootout, 45-41. Dom, that is 86 points combined. Rivalry games, they're just kind of crazy.
Yeah, no question about it. Next up, we head to the City League. The Cowboys of West hosting the Panthers of Lyndon McKinley. Welcome to the Cowboy Corral. I hear the food there is great. I am now hungry. First quarter, Lyndon McKinley jumping out. Christopher Caldwell running hard. He bowls his way from 4 yards out. Try for 2 is good. Panthers led 8-0. Now to the second quarter, and Lyndon wanting more. DeVell Brock wants to throw. He goes to Emmanuel Townsend. He knows what to do. 13 yards for the touchdown. Lyndon rolls big, 43-0, the final. So that will take care of our first 6 games, Adam, but we are not done.
We are not done. I have 2.5 minutes to go get Dom a snack, and then when we come back, we have more highlights, 4 more games, including DeSales trying to start off their season 2-0. The Fighting Dom Tiberis will have their highlights next.
I love that. Is there anything better than an evening of high school football?
Well, Dom, that was the Dublin Jerome student section, and their vibes were perfect. They brought their own boombox, which shout out to them, and the songs they were playing, absolutely perfect. I was singing along. Thankfully, nobody was listening. We love high school football. We've got more games to take care of here, Dom.
Yeah, back at it with 1-0 DeSales hosting 0-1 Northland. Now, this is what I call backyard brawl. You know, the two schools are just 2 miles apart. We head to DeSales Alumni Stadium. We'll pick this one up in the third quarter. Stallions are up 24-0 and defense taking over. Northland wants to throw, but Caleb Johnson has something else in mind. Picks it off, brings it back 35 yards for the pick 6. Stallions led 31-0. Still in the third. DeSales wanting more. Check out the leg of Ryan Bangert as he bangs it home from 40 yards out. DeSales goes on to win 34-0. Next up, we head to Olentangy Berlin. The 0-1 Bears hosting the 1-0 Golden Bears of Upper Arlington. Check out the Berlin Drummers. Getting a workout there.
You think you could drum?
No.
Okay.
Third quarter, Arlington's up 13-0, wanting more, but Berlin's Jay Merriweather gets through, blocks the kick, and then they'll capitalize on it. Sets up the touchdown. Tice Dent goes to Colton Less for the score. 13-7. Fourth quarter, Berlin back at it. Aiden Alonzo with the field goal, 13-10. But that's as close as they would get. Upper Arlington goes on to win 16-10.
All right, we're heading over to a different Olentangy. Liberty trying to bounce back from that week 1 loss. The only problem, they've got powerhouse Cleveland Glenville. A couple future Buckeyes making the trip down 71 to Liberty, and they beat Glenville last season. And it seems like they may have taken that personally because revenge on the mind. This is Romel Phillips here, and I think it's him saying, "Get off of me." Just shoves the defender back. Now, he doesn't score on that play, but he does score on the next one right there. Not a lot of scoring in this game, and that offense for Liberty continuing to struggle this season. Only 6 points last week, 7 points today for the Patriots. The defense has held up, but in the end, it's Glenville getting the win 13-7 over Olentangy Liberty. We finished tonight over in Reynoldsburg. Dublin Jerome on the road. You saw their student section having a great time. And they were up big in the second half here. That's why they were having a great time. 35-0. These highlights, they're an appreciation post for Joey Slates. No matter how many people you send, could be 15. You cannot tackle the man. He will not go down. Look at him just pulling the pile, Dom.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, Dom says. Jerome, they didn't need to do too much in the second half because, well, they were up 35-0. They did add 10 points, and they get the dominant win over Reynoldsburg 45-0.
All right, that is going to take care of week number 2 of First and 10.